Good morning, co-op students. This is Katie Birch, the co-op teacher for course code DC030. We are running into the final weeks of our course, and we're just having a class once per week now. And I'm just going to show you today how to fill in those timesheets and also take a look at your student cooperative education learning plan today. So we're going to dive right into Google Classroom, where you should be familiar with finding your coursework. We're going to go to the classroom. We're going to find the topic 11, Student Cooperative Education Learning Plan. And let's go to placement week 1 first. I'm going to show you how to fill out that form for your work hours. So you're going to jump in and you're going to open up the co-op log tracking sheet. Okay, if you want to open it with Cami so you can write on it, do that. But otherwise, you can just print the PDF off, fill it out, and then scan it and upload it. If you do print the PDF off, you click on View Assignment, and then as a student, you'll be able to go in and attach your assignment right in there. So let's go back there. We're going to open with Cami because I'd rather use Cami to write on this assignment. Perfect. I might actually go as, I guess I can't go as demo student anymore, but I'm going to change. I'm going to go and add demo student actually, because I want you to see what it looks like from a student perspective. So let's go in. I'm going to go in as a different student. Just give me a second. Okay, let's go in as demo student. Just taking a minute to load. Of course, nothing works quickly when you need it to. All right, we're going to move all the way down again. So you're going to see what a student sees. You're going to click on the placement, okay? And you're going to open up your co-op sheet. And if you want to open it so you can write on it with Cami, you can click the little drop down. You should see Annotate with Cami. Otherwise, you can just print it and fill it in. When you've done it, if you go to View Assignment, you'll be able to add or create and upload that PDF if you prefer to do it that way. So let's go to Open with Cami. Okay, so on your placement sheet, you just click on text box. When you've clicked on it, you can choose the font size even. I'm going to choose slightly smaller. And when you're ready to type, you just tap in there. Okay, and you fill in your name, you put in my name. You put in the name of the company you work for. Okay, you put in the dates of the week. So this week will be March 8th to 12th, but you could include a Sunday if you work on weekends. March 8th to, let's make it to March 14th, 2021. Whoops. Whoops. I guess I gotta go back to text box here. It didn't like. Okay, so you're gonna list all of your hours. I guess it would be March 7th, actually. 7 to 13, it would go Sunday to Sunday. All right, so on Sunday, if you worked, you're gonna put what time you went in, what time you went out. So if Monday you went in at 8:30 a.m. and you went out at 4:30 p.m., okay, you can include how many hours. You can put 8 hours if it was a full day. If you happen to be absent, you can put an X next to the absent box and not fill in that day. Okay. And then I want you to think about one new skill you learned or you improved this week, and one thing you would like to work for next week to improve on. And I also want you to fill out how you would rate yourself, your effort, your communication, were you on time, what was your attendance like, and what was your initiative like. Okay, so once you've one thing you're working to improve, you're going to set a goal for next week, something unusual that you experienced this week, add up your total hours, and when you are finished, you're just going to download that CAMI assignment with the annotations. Okay, I'll show you what happens. It'll show up down the bottom here. And then when you go to placement to turn it in, you're going to click add assignment and you're going to link it. Okay. And actually you can't do that. You're going to add a file. Sorry. And then you can actually just drag and drop that file in there. Just wait for it to upload. It's just thinking. And click turn in. Okay. It doesn't matter if the other one is still attached, as long as I have the version that you filled in. Another thing you could do is you could X out of the one that you're not worried about turning in and just turn in the one that's filled in. Okay, once it's done, that will give me a notification that you handed your work in, and I will go take a look at it. Remember, for tracking your hours, you need to have 80 hours, which is 2 weeks, to get your 1 credit, and you need 160 hours, which is 4 weeks, potentially less. It depends on how much you work, to get the 2 full credits. Okay, something else you also need to be doing while you're on placement is every day you should also be filling out your cooperative learning plan. So you should go take a look at your SCELP, your cooperative education plan, and I'm going to go in as a DC030 student and just remind you that you need to be filling that out every day, especially the journal section. So we're going to go all the way down to our learning plan. We're going to open it up. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, which you should have done last week, is set your goals. So for your job specifically, it's very small typing. Let's make it a little bigger. So for your job specifically, you're going to set a health and safety goal, okay, based on the health and safety learning that we did in this course. Okay, so for example, maybe your health and safety goal at work is to, if you are in heavy construction, make sure I wear protective gear properly, and inspect it well. And then give details. I work on a construction site and need to make safety more of a priority. Okay, and then what are you going to do to implement this goal? Maybe one thing you're going to do is set a reminder in my phone to check my gear every day. Okay, so that would be your short-term goal, is set a reminder. And you guys won't be setting long-term goals because you're not going to be filling this in forever. You're going to fill it in for co-op. So we're going to do a short and medium-term goal. And your medium-term goal is you're eventually, after reminders in my phone, I will, out of habit, check all my work gear and wear PPE. Okay, so and in the demonstration of learning, what things have you done at your placement towards your goal? Maybe it doesn't specifically have to be that goal, but maybe specifically with health and safety. So maybe you can give some examples of how you maintain health and safety at work. Think about specific examples in your specific workplace, okay? And then you're going to just take a minute to reflect. So what I would do is choose one of these or two each week, because there's 5. There's health and safety, personal well-being, skills for the future, investigation, and decision making. So this experience and investigation is where you're going to set a goal around what would you like to learning something new. Maybe you're not proficient in using a computer, and your investigation goal is to gain a new skill in using the technology to do with your job. Okay, so you're going to set a goal. How are you going to implement it? Show me how and when you learned. So you can come back to this multiple times and show your demonstration of learning. You can even date it if you want. And then reflection at the end of the course. That would be the last thing that you do before you submit this as an assignment. Okay, so that is the scalp. So fill out at least 2 of these per week. So that would mean if you're only doing 2 weeks worth of placement, I mean, it really doesn't hurt just to do it all at once, and then come back to it when you can show evidence of learning. Okay, but you should also be doing 2 journal entries every week. So this week you should have done 2 journal entries. So to do a journal entry, you can click to the journal one, but if you'll see that I've already entered the thing that you need to work on for your first journal is you put the date, the title, what did you do today that made you feel proud and why, and just a small paragraph, 3 to 5 sentences, okay? And then when you go to your second journal this week, you can actually choose one of these questions. You can copy the question and paste it down here. And then you're going to write a small paragraph. What did you do in work that was enjoyable or satisfying today? So pick the question that most relates to what's happening in your work. Okay, so this is why I gave you a list of questions to answer to help sort of give you ideas of what to write in your journal. So by the end of 4 weeks, if you're doing 4 weeks of placement, you should have 8 journals. By the end of 2 weeks, you should have at least 4 journals filled in. Okay, and when you don't hand this in until the very end of the course, because you're going to go back and reflect. This is part of your final culminating task. So that is your cooperative education learning plan and your placement information. As I said before, and I always say, don't leave stuff to the last minute. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get classes done. I'm available today. You could reach me on my cell or through Google Classroom or through email to help support you in your assignments. But this is just a check-in today to see how you're all going. And don't be shy, get your work done. Next time we meet, which is next Wednesday, we're going to talk about personal mental health and well-being. And then, by the end of Wednesday, those people who are doing their 1 credit should be almost done their placement. And I'm going to be calling and checking in on everybody this week. So, all right, short class today, but let me know if you need any help. I'll be available. I have office hours today. Thanks.